Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. I'm moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. He saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit.
Hey, y'all know what time it is. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. We didn't come here to play with y'all. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. So you tell a friend to tell a friend. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. We ain't playing around with. It's no games today. We're doing frequently asked questions today. Yes. Look at Joy. Don't she look good today?
Oh, we sweet.
Hey, I learned what passion twists are. Okay. Y'all know what passion twists are? Come on, fellas. If you know what passion twists are, my daughter's got passion twists. I learned these things. I know all the terminology. You see what I'm saying? I've been learning some things.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a grown.
Learning some things.
I'm a grown man.
He's a grown man, y'all.
And I know some things. You understand me? I know about the box braids.
Okay.
Yes.
What I got?
Yeah. What? You looking fine. You looking fine. You looking fine.
You doing good. You doing good.
You looking fine.
Yes.
What you got can't even be named. It looks so good.
Okay. What you said. Come on now.
So fine.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing?
All right. So today we're going to be going through frequently asked questions.
Mm-hmm.
You all should be excited about today because these are the questions that we get all the time.
Yes.
We're going to have some fun with this thing today.
Yes.
We got some good news. We're supposed to be closing on property today. We're going to be closing on Friday. Shout out to that. I'm very excited about it. We got a contract on some other properties. We're currently getting some inspections done because you got to get them joints inspected. So things are going pretty good for us on the real estate front. They got some other projects going. I'm excited about it. We'll have to give you all some pictures.
We'll give y'all some updates.
Some stuff that's supposed to sell soon. So we want to take you all on this journey with us real time. So look, you're getting real time information from people who really do this full time. People who left that don't have corporate jobs. You know, we just do real estate.
We don't have your regular 9 to 5.
No 9-to-5s. So you get an opportunity to see how we've been doing it for a few years now, long enough to make a few mistakes and enough to be able to help to guide you on your journey and help you to avoid some of the pitfalls that we've seen a lot of people make.
Absolutely.
Especially if you want to get your time back.
Oh yeah.
This should be the financially independent
get your time back.
Get your time back.
Get your
show.
time back.
But instead of that, we call it Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. That's extra long cuddle times. That is Google Eyes. That's
workout together time. Date
time. Spend time with your kids time. Go on trips as needed time.
That's right.
You know, those times have real conversations. Don't miss the lifetime show.
All of that.
Yeah, Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Shout out to Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
You're welcome.
So you want to share this? We're going through frequently asked questions, and I think you benefit from it. You got anything else to share, Joy?
No, I think it's good. Let's get into it. I'm ready
to get into it too. So we're doing frequently asked questions today. As always, financially independent and retire early. We have a website that's about to come out soon.
Oh man.
Because we've been helping couples for quite a while here to get going in real estate, and they're winning. And so we was like, we're at a place now where we have enough systems and enough things where we're going to formalize and be able to create a 6-month plan for people to be able to be a part of it. We've realized that somewhere between that, around that 6-month time frame, you should have a couple properties if you really applying and stuff, and you should be well on your way to be successful. So we don't have to like hold you for a couple years or something like that. But we're going to actually literally be mentoring you, which is different than like just teaching you. We're going to be teaching you and showing you and sharing with you. And it's going to be a real great experience. So be on the lookout for that. But this is all about turning your time into
money
and turning your money into
assets
and turning your assets into
freedom.
Yeah, you heard it. Freedom to do what?
Whatever you want, God.
Freedom to do whatever the thing is God put on your life. This is a disclaimer.
Yes.
I love the disclaimer.
Yes.
And here's the disclaimer.
So
this is for educational, informational purposes only. Hey, watch John and Joy at your own risk.
That's right.
All right. Hey, look, if you fall down while you watching John and Joy, don't be coming for John and Joy.
No, you better get yourself up and dust yourself off and try again.
All right. So all the information and stuff that we share here is for your educational, informational purposes.
That's right.
Come from our experiences and the experiences of people who we know, like, and trust. And we're here to help you on your journey in any way possible. But by all means, do your own research. Yes. So we're going to share something with you all. Check this out. Oh. Do we need a lot of money to buy a house? That's a good question, Joy. Yes. But do you need a lot of money to buy a house?
No. No.
You say no?
No.
All right. So we saying, do we need a lot of money? The answer is
no.
Joy says no. Now we don't need a lot of money to buy a house. Well, you know what you need is a lot of information.
That's right.
And so people say, do you have to have a big fat bank account to get started in real estate? The answer is no. But what you do want to have is you want to be in a stable living situation. What we're saying is, before you are able to have a growth mindset or a place where you're able to expand and your bills ain't paid regularly, you're not knowing where your next meal is coming from, your transportation isn't right, you're not paying your LG&E on time or your light bill or wherever you are. If you got Duke Energy, whatever it is, that you need to pay your gas bill, and you don't have the ability to maintain your current style of living. The first step before you want to invest in be able to take care of somebody else's house, because that's what you're doing. Once they sign the lease, you're responsible to take care of somebody else's living space. You want to make sure that your living situation is straight. So do you need a lot of money? No, but you do need to have a stable living situation. Yes. And then it takes some money. And so anybody who tells you it takes zero money, well, that's not true, because information costs money for one. And so you're going to need to at least buy some books. You're going to need to spend some time and literally buy information.
Costs you something.
It costs you something.
It's time, money, whatever.
Buying coffee for somebody, sitting down with somebody, having lunch with somebody, going through a program, going through a course, whatever it is, it's going to cost you something. So you're going to need some dollars. And then I have never been part of a real estate deal where we didn't have to come out of some check, even if we got the check back.
Okay.
Yeah. If we got our money back, at some point you had to write a check for something. So, even if it's $50 or $100, I mean, you're going to need some money.
Right.
All right.
Next.
All right. What if we have bad credit? Oh man, that was a good one. What if we have bad credit? Okay. I love the bad credit question. So if you got bad credit, can you do real estate?
Yes.
Really? How does that go?
Because your credit doesn't always necessarily tell you that you can buy a house or be able to,
It doesn't.
So I still think you can get something. You can work on your credit if it's bad. So.
Yeah. All right. So that's when you want to come on Master Builders Academy. Yeah. Last week, we just had a brother come on, talk about the $250,000 formula to fixing your credit. You're only a few months away from getting your credit together. So don't worry about credit. And then also, if you educate yourself on real estate, you'll really be able to understand that you don't need necessarily to have credit and go to a bank. You can buy property without ever using a bank. You can buy property and just by making a deal with somebody else. Credit just shows your ability to be able to pay the debt that you've taken, and it shows just a demonstration of that.
Right.
And some people don't care about that. They'll sell you something without it. And so it's good to be able to deal with banks and formal institutions, but you don't have to have the best credit. But if you're talking to me and Joy, we're going to tell you should have good credit. Pay your stinking bills.
Right.
If you ain't paying your bills, that's still kind of a problem. Pay your bills. Hey, before you buy something else and take care of somebody else's property, you're going to want to pay your bills. It's very, very important to pay your bills. And so that is a frequently asked question is, should I pay my bills? And the answer is yes, you should pay your bills. All right, let's keep going. How do we find good deals? Oh, that's a good question.
You got to look for them.
Joy says you got to look for them.
Yeah.
So where do you look? And so whenever you're talking about looking for deals, it's always going to be important to make sure you have a certain criteria.
That's right.
And I think this is the one place that we see most people go all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's the most impactful thing to be able to know what you want to look for to be a good deal for you.
Yeah, to know what you want.
Yeah.
And so defining your criteria. What is the specific thing that's going to match your strategy? So what strategy are you doing? Are you wanting to get a big check? Are you wanting to get paid slowly over time? Are you wanting some tax write-offs? What do you want? And then once you define what you want and what you have to be able to put into it, then just being really, really specific. This is the kind of neighborhood I want. This is the kind of buildings I want. Right. I want to buy 6 plexes in this zip code. I want to buy single family homes in this neighborhood right here. I mean, the more specific you can be, the more apt you're going to be able to find great deals. Yeah. It's kind of like if you spent all day shopping for the perfect dress and you look for dresses all day on different sites. When you see one that's about half price, it was the same thing that you just saw like all these last 2 months. You've been seeing it for twice the price, and you just kind of looking at it. And then you look at it like, why is this half price? And then what do? You buy it real fast. And you're like, yes. So it's not different than that with property, and it's the same thing. If you keep looking over and over again, you're going to see anomalies. Yeah. And when you see those anomalies, you're able to take advantage of it, and you'll know what a good deal is at that time. So it just takes consistency and actually looking at the stuff. Also having a system, having some rational way of what is a good deal to you.
What if the tenants don't pay rent?
What if the tenants don't pay rent? Oh man, that's a good question. A lot. I mean, you should probably put in the chat if you're scared of that. Sure. Many of us. What happens if the tenants don't pay rent? Right. You know, the fact is, and this is a hard thing to say. Yeah. Is that some people go through things at different times in their life. They do. There's good people who at times they just ain't got the money. Yeah. And it doesn't make them bad people. Yeah. And that's the first thing we got to realize is you're not renting to a paycheck. You're renting to a person, a human, a family. And so people got death in the family. People get laid off. You know, people have struggles that they go through, divorce in the family. I mean, these are real things. And so it's important to handle these things very compassionately. Yeah. But the question is, what happens if people don't pay their rent? And it's really the same question as like, what happens if the heat goes out and the furnace goes out and the furnace dies? Yeah. Well, if the furnace dies, it's going to be important that you fix the furnace because in the agreement that you all signed, you said that you were going to take care of the property and make sure the furnace was working. Right. Okay. And so on their end, they said that they was going to pay a certain amount in the agreement. And so really the agreement is what binds everything together. Right. So whatever the terms of the agreement are, your job is to follow the terms of the agreement. Yeah. And their job is to follow the terms of the agreement. So it's not personal in any way. You just want to just refer back to the agreement. And everybody's rental agreement is different. But whatever the agreement says is very important that you follow up on it and be accountable to the agreement. So it's not you doing anything to the tenant or you doing anything to the resident. It's like, it's really just the agreement. Yeah. And so if the agreement, sometimes it works out and it appears that you're getting something more than the other person, which is not true. You're just holding up your part. And sometimes the other person looks like, wow, you lost a bunch of money on this, doing this. Well, yeah. But at the same time, you followed the agreement. Yeah. All right. Next, this is very important. All right. So the next question is, do we have to fix toilets at 2 a.m.? I like this question. All right, who fixed your toilet at 2 a.m.? So I own a house. If in the middle of the night my toilet starts doing something funky, who comes to fix it? Right. Yeah, the same person. Yeah, nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, it's it's an emergency. Yeah, but it ain't like you got a technician who's just in your back pocket who's just gonna wake up in the middle of the night and fix the toilet. It's unfortunate. Right. It is unfortunate. It's like on the middle of a holiday and your stove is not working right and you're like feeling real sad about it. And these things happen in real time. It does. But what happens is it's urgent and it's important and it will be handled urgently and importantly. Right. But at the end of the day, at 2 a.m. it's still 2 a.m. Yeah. And it's just, All right. So we're going to keep pushing. Yeah. I think that question self-answers. Yes. All right. Business hours. Yeah. So what's better, flipping houses or renting them, Joy?
Well, that is, that's a hard pick, because they can work for anybody in any way. So it's all about what you want to do. So, yeah. But for me, renting. That's my pick, renting.
Why do you like that better?
Because I like buy and hold. I like buy and hold. So buy and hold property is, So that's my choice.
Okay.
Renting.
All right. Okay. So I know you like that renting, and some people just want to cash a big check, and then other people are looking to get paid a little bit over time. And so it depends. I think most people, my personal thing, and this is what you'll learn whenever you're dealing with Coach John and Joy, we think you should do both. And the reason being is the most valuable things you can do in real estate is be able to acquire assets at the right price. So that means buying right. And the second one is to be able to fix them up. And so if you can be able to fix them up, once you get that skill set, you're going to need to be able to, you'll have the skill set to be able to make a lot of money at once, or the skill set to be able to pace it out over time. And then you got choices and options. And it's all about having choices, and it's all about having options. So I love what Tiffany said. She said quick money or long-term money. That's exactly it. It's quick money or long-term money. It's like, what is it that you're wanting? And so for us, we like long-term money because that's what builds wealth. But at the same time, you're going to run out of your money when you are renting properties, because houses and apartments and stuff are expensive. And so in order to keep them up and to keep them nice and to keep buying more, it's going to be a capital intense business. So you're going to need to raise some money. And the best way to raise some money is doing the thing you're already doing anyway, which is fixing up properties. And so wonderful way to be able to make some nice checks and augment your income. Good question.
Can we invest in real estate while working full time?
What's your answer to that, Joy?
Definitely. Definitely. Right. Yes. It is something that you can do, that part-time, full-time. When you're working a full-time 9-to-5, real estate investing is possible.
Absolutely is possible. Matter of fact, we would tell you the best way to get into real estate is working a full-time job. Don't quit your job because you saw HGTV. Don't quit your job because you saw John and Joy online and they was talking that talk. You want to keep that job, keep that 9-to-5 job. Like if you went to school for a job, you trained for a job, you done all these years of experience inside of this job, keep your job. And two, guess what? You know who loves you having a job?
The
banks. Banks love you having jobs. You end up having to get some old bootleg, aftermarket loans and whatnot, or you having to do all these different ways to access capital. Sometimes you'll have the money to buy stuff for cash, and people will see the cash in your bank to buy as much property and still won't lend you the money, even though they see you got the cash to pay for it.
Right.
It's because they want you to have a job. As long as you got that money coming in every week, you're more likely to get a loan than somebody who has cash in the bank ready to go, which I still find it to be absolutely amazing. But hey, at the end of the day, having a job is a big deal in real estate. So definitely, and I know people who bought 50, 60 properties, 70 properties, even up to the hundreds, and still had a full-time job. And so it's not hard as you may think to have a job and work in real estate. And so it's highly recommended to keep your job. Next, what if the house needs too many repairs?
You gotta buy it at a good price. Account for those repairs.
Right. Exactly. So what's too many repairs? I mean, at the end of the day, every single property, there's one thing that every property has, whether it's a commercial property, an apartment building, any building you see, they all got only one thing in common. Does anybody know what that is? Yeah, somebody got paid off of it. Somebody got paid on the building.
That's right.
So then you just got to say, well, how can it be me? So there's no such thing as too many repairs. It's just, what is it that you feel comfortable being able to work-wise to be able to fix up yourself?
Right.
Like what's in your realm of what you think is achievable for the network of people that you have? And I'm going to tell you, if you left it to John Mays, look here. Don't ask me to fix nothing. I mean, do I know how to fix some stuff? Absolutely. Can I go in and remodel this whole room? I'll tear the walls down right now to studs. Don't be shaking your head like to studs.
Yeah, you can tear the walls down.
To studs. You know what I'm saying?
I put them back up. Let's put them back up. There might
the
be
windows
a little,
with the insulation around the windows with the framing. You know what I'm saying? With the 45-degree miter cuts. I'm telling you, I'm hardcore.
You got a saw.
Yeah, I got it. I got tools.
Yeah.
I go to Harbor Freight. So guess what? It's like, I got to be honest with you. And you can have me fix up a house. Maybe I'll do one a year. Maybe one every 2 years. It will be completely remodeled by these hands. But I'm here to tell you, if it needs repairs, you're going to have to pay somebody anyway, more than likely. So what difference does it make if it need a lot of repairs or a little bit of repairs if you're not the one physically fixing it? You're going to hire a professional. You're going to hire somebody who knows how to fix stuff, and then they do the fixing.
Right.
and they stay in their lane, and then I stay in my lane, and then everybody's winning. And so what if it needs fixing? Good. I like if it needs fixing.
That's right.
Because then you're more likely to be able to get the price that's going to make the deal make sense.
That's right. Should we buy a house close to where we live?
Should we buy a house close to where we live? Absolutely. Buy your block.
Absolutely.
I dare you to buy your block.
Come on, buy the block.
If you can make it, like, what better place to invest in where it's convenient for you?
In your own neighborhood.
Where you can ride by and touch it and smell it and feel it. You know, why not buy your block? We're going to write a book called Buy the Block here very soon, you know, so be on the lookout for that. But I'm just telling you right now, you got to buy your own neighborhood where you live. And if you live in a real fancy neighborhood, and it might not work for you to rent properties there, but somebody got some apartments over there.
Right.
So somebody renting something over there.
Buy you some
multifamilies. And then you talk about single families, somebody's buying some houses. That means that if you
why
can
not
make some repairs, and you can build something in your neighborhood. I mean, there's what better place to be able to do real estate than in areas that you're familiar with, as opposed to being all out of state. You go on 2-3 hours. It's very challenging to keep up with stuff. 2-3 hours, it becomes an inconvenience, a one-off, a hassle, the travel time, all the back and forth, finding dependable people to take care of stuff, all of those different things. Not really with it. Definitely where you live.
Oh, do Section 8 people tear up your house?
First of all,
what is a Section 8
What is a Section 8 person? Whoever wrote that question, that's a slightly racist question.
That's discriminatory.
It's slightly discriminatory. What is a Section 8 person? It's a person in the situation of affordable living. Is that right?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't even know what that is.
But if it's a person with a voucher, and at the end of the day, some of y'all been subsidized throughout y'all's life.
Right.
Oh man, hold on, mess with somebody.
So are you a Section 8 person?
Yeah. Are you? Your life been subsidized? How many people gave you a grant, a scholarship? How many people house did you sleep on? How many couches did you sleep on? And then you talk about the subsidies. Yeah. Did your mama and daddy, somebody's mama and daddy subsidized them? We ain't talking about them subsidies. Right. But what we are going to say is no. Do regular people tear stuff up? Yeah, people tear stuff up.
It don't matter.
People have animals.
Right.
People have kids. People have teenagers. Right. People have all kinds of situations.
Right.
And at the end of the day, stuff going to get tore up. You got to account for that.
That's right.
On the front end by having a deposit. And then after the deposit, you got to go look at your stuff.
Right.
If somebody in there and they tearing stuff up, there you go. Here's the number one way you can know somebody going to tear your house up. Because they coming from a house that's toe up. Yeah. So go look at that house right now. And if that house right now is toe up, there you go. Don't rent to them. You know, just flat out put it on in your criteria. It's like if you nasty, you can't say that.
Can't say that.
You got to follow all the fair housing laws.
Right.
Whatever the fair housing law says.
You can't be nasty. You can't put that.
No, but seriously though, you got to understand.
Remember our disclaimer.
Yeah, back to the disclaimer. Educational, entertainment purposes only. But the real deal is like you got to make sure that you're vetting the people who you're partnering with in these properties.
That's right.
And don't expect somebody to be more than they're not going to suddenly become a clean and neat person just because they in your property.
Exactly.
All right. That was a good answer. That was a good answer. All right. What kind of loan should we get?
One that you approve for.
What'd you say? What
did you get approved for? That's the guy you should get.
The guy you get approved for. Banks. Here's the real story. How many years? This is Black History Month. How many years could people not even go into a bank and they wouldn't even give you a loan at all? You couldn't even go in the front door of the bank.
Listen,
you couldn't even go to certain banks. You're talking about a loan, they'd have laughed you out of there. They talk about redlining and stuff like that. If you did get a loan, it's going to be higher interest. Your insurance is going to be higher, and you was going to get less services, all to live in an area where the property values weren't appreciating the same. But now it's different. You can walk in a bank and just ask them for money. You know, one time I walked in a bank and I was like, I need some money.
What?
And then I said, and they said, what you got collateral? I said, I ain't got any collateral. I need an unsecured loan.
So you tell me you walk in there,
with
just yourself,
with myself,
and they gave you
unsecured loan,
unsecured.
They gave me an unsecured $25,000, and I literally at the time I think I had $3,000 in the bank, and I needed to do a whole rehab.
Yeah, we did,
and I ain't had no money, and I didn't know where to get it from. And so I said, hey, I need an unsecured loan. And they gave me $25,000 unsecured. And then next time they give me 40,000 unsecured. I didn't even know it was a thing.
I didn't either.
Is that we can literally, with your job and your good credit, you can just walk in a bank and just ask for money. Yep. So you ask me what kind of money should you get? I'm like, get whatever you can get. I don't even know what you're talking about. If you know you can make money and you using the money from the bank, get as much as they're gonna give you and make as much as you can make.
OPM.
So anyway, as much as you can handle is as much as that you should get.
That's right.
Do I need an LLC to get started?
No.
This is a question that holds a lot of people up, Joy.
Yeah.
Do I need an LLC?
You don't have to.
No, you don't need an LLC to get started. Is it a good thing? Does it protect certain things? Yeah, but it's not like you can't own property.
People it's not mandatory.
It's not, by any means, it's not mandatory.
People who are not even in real estate investing own multiple homes. So what would the difference make if you're doing it for investing purposes?
Right. So don't get hung up on that. The first thing you're going to want to do is get some education, some information.
Yeah.
But you got to know what a good deal is. And then once you know what a good deal is, you'll be all right on the entity side.
Right.
And all that stuff doesn't take long to set up.
Nope.
Especially, and then once again, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. It's a bad situation. You're just going to go to a person to help you to get it set up. You know who does that? An attorney.
Yes.
They'll pay you. You pay a slight fee, and then you make sure your stuff is set up right.
And everything will be right.
And then everything is all good. All right. So keep it easy and simple. Next, what if the market crashes? Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Don't you say the dirty T word. Don't you say it.
The dirty T word.
I ain't talking about terrorists neither.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm going to tell you. Uncle T in office now. Uncle T.
Oh my goodness.
He messing with y'all. Him and Elon in here messing with y'all.
What if the market crashes?
What if the market crashes? Oh no. Here's one thing I know.
What's that?
Is that they still making babies. When the market crashed, that means it's gonna be a lot of people at home making babies. And they're gonna need a place to stay.
Yes.
Am I talking good, Joy?
And if the market crashes, people still need places to live.
I don't care what happens. People need a place to live. They need a place to live.
That's a necessity.
So what better thing to have than what people need when they need it?
That's right.
And so if the market crashes, people gonna need housing.
Yeah.
It's your job to be able to provide the needs of the people.
That's right.
And then if the market blows up, you're gonna wish you had some property.
You're gonna wish you had some more. You should have bought some
more. So either way, you need to own some stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about a market crash. What a market crash gonna do to me? And for most of y'all who watching this, at some point in your life, you've been broke.
Right.
So I don't know what you worried about being broke again for it. You all right? You lived through it last time.
The answer might be again.
Yeah.
Again.
Nah, you'll be all right. Trust me. Buy some real estate now. Don't wait. Don't worry about the market crashing. We'll hold that off for the other suckers who don't watch this program. Now. All right, but for you, your job is to go and buy, and not just buy, but buy in abundance, and make sure you're doing it smartly, but buy in abundance. All right. Is it all headaches, tenants, and toilets?
All headaches, tenants, and toilets. Is all what? Headache, tenants.
It's so ridiculous. You know, people make stuff up. They be like, man, somebody called me because something was wrong with their house. Well, okay, that's what happens.
Stuff happens to your own personal house.
Right.
What makes you think it's not going to happen to a property that you've rented?
Right. Especially the people you probably talking to. They probably not really full-time doing what they doing. And so they talk about how many headaches it are, probably because you didn't know how to fix it up right. You know, if you knew how to fix up a property properly, then you're going to get very few calls because you'll fix it up right the first time. And then when people do call, it's an actual issue.
Right.
And so don't worry about it. It's all good. If I told you how many calls we get per property, is every time. Yes. Do you feel a little something? When you be like,
and most of the time it's because it feels like it's inconvenient.
Yeah, it feels like it's inconvenient. Yeah. Absolutely. Like sometimes, like we had a call, it was a crazy call. It's like some people have been living here for like 4 or 5 years, and then out of nowhere, hey, I got a raccoon that came into the attic. Okay, well, how would I know a raccoon was gonna come in the attic? You know, what am I supposed to do with that? Okay, well, you call a person who catches raccoons, and then they go to get the raccoon. Yeah. The same thing if it was your house. Yeah. Are you going to crawl up in the attic and do all this? No. So at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. You just got to have a few people you can call who know what they're doing to be able to take care of issues. Next.
Oh, how do I start with no money? Now. Now.
That's how you start, with a book, with watching this show. Coming to Master Builders Academy, come to Korea.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Come educate yourself. How do you start with no money? Get some education and then be hungry. Yes. Like when you go hard for yours, people are going to see that and they're going to give you opportunities. Somebody's got money and they ain't got no time.
Right.
But you got time if you ain't got no money.
Come on.
So that's a
Say
good way
one more time for the people in the back.
Somebody has no money, but they got time. And then some people got time and no money. Yeah. So you just exchange your time to be able to support somebody else with some money.
That's right.
And then you're going to be able to have some money and some opportunities to be able to buy some real estate.
That's right.
And so is it too late for us to start?
No, it's never too late to start.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We've seen people in their 70s going into their 80s running real estate plays.
That's right.
It's a great way to augment your income at multiple levels. It's just a lot of different things you can do.
Yeah.
And so just make sure that you never feel like it's too old or I'm just too set in my ways, or I only got 5 years left to retire, or I just retired and I don't know. I just want to sit around and, work at Walmart or whatever and, go to the church on Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Thursday nights. And whatever, you do all of that and get you some property.
Just know it's not too late.
Right. How do we start investing in real estate with no experience?
Well,
there you go. Financially independent, retire early through real estate investing. Get some help, get a professional coach, get somebody who's got systems and processes in place.
That's right.
Somebody who can actually show you how to do it and get you going with no experience. Yeah. Like you don't even got to know how to fix nothing. No. You don't have to. Some of the people we got buying properties knew nothing about real estate. Nothing.
And now they have two and three
now they're growing and blowing up. So I'm telling you right now, you can do it. Get some help.
Yes.
We'd be glad to help you. If we can assist you, you can call us on our number. Our number is 502-632-3005. 502-632-3005. Come and check us out.
Yes.
We would be glad to support you. We're going to have a website for y'all, so you can just click the link pretty soon. Coming soon. But God bless you. As always, this is going to be a really cool Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. Next week, we're going to talk about something fun too. But God bless you all. Get your boo tonight. Tonight. Stare him or her in the eyes real deep and tell them, I want to buy real estate with you.
Okay.
Say it real slow too. I want to buy some real estate.
Oh my goodness. We'll see y'all. Remember, y'all, it's always
better.
So much better together. Bye.